104.3 Yanko Iribi and Kuma Foster Ahumano so and Kuma Foster matching.
Chama General.
Yes, Ankuma.
Apom to say.
Nyamia Dumboko Yitio.
Onyamisra.
Enshira wonso Ankuma enyina so Yanko Odoko Yayawa Ahumano so Yaya matching.
Okwame Jojo.
Boko there.
Boko brother.
Yo Yitio.
Okwame mamina ampipi mfenfo nyina abaso. Na me mtia. Anobo kwefi abumano. Kwame mebo kan Japan abaso.
Mpacho ma onesu kakra e.
Me chese mebo onabu kan Japan abaso.
Okay.
Ama party no Munich apam na mesre abumano. Kwame ujidi se papa no wa ye na fam di nyina. Dodo na ka se nyina omope. Enu nsu bi nsu de yes ye pay vice president Alhaji Boyumba. Kwame do you believe say party ayenkabo se wo se obi to no twitwa ne ma sisnasini nti udi obi ba na obaye adwuma na papa no obaye omamanfo bia nti na moti ayi nipa modon se omo na ombeto aba ama Kennedy Kwame da me ka the fact say Kennedy go win but na executive for no mudi na chi tutu omo nyama yi a ko bonya vote chenwi because Abdulbanov Kwame omo che sikana omamma nipa omo yi monim se omo support Alhaji Bomia di nya boni na wo hwe sele obon ho modene wo hwe amanfo kaka wa connectors no chekani di Kwame o man ta bako but papa no so mi fi se o ya dia o ja ade papa aja mabun di se ka mo si o media akonwa no ni yen Alhaji Bomia kufu disika antika dia mu ye Kwame ye dia di o mu jinja be tuga makana ko wi se
Mate ya
Enshira
wonso me da say Yanko Hacho Ajaben ewo Hacho Ajaben yamwachi.
Odishia me Joseph Pom design.
Odishia nyamia Dumboko na so e.
Semper primus.
Always first.
Yanye me si o. Odishia.
Yaja.
Esi efie echi eni abofno.
No correct.
Wo yan se obofno wo. Sisi ye wie battle no aka wo no. Adwobre o. Yesi etie nka yen kasa ho me fankodi na sesi a MPP fo de me ka chem se de esi bia mango I wa Kennedy abomodi de nansi pom amanyi monyama ba de na otamfo no hwehwe no amane sa yesi e ka fufun kwa nan ka girantwi wa bobidie anko bane sa di epe no na ba na mom obisu yam hihye no iti watimi wakame no mo me fentu nchen sei yiwura ba mi ama anka yewu konaka asema yiwura mahama kaye no agabam enso hwede akosie sisi am din kunim die no ma party ni nyina ba mi ani kunim party na din kunim Ghana na din kunim ekire se ye democracy no ewo hini me de abaso body so ma IGP ni nkofo na yiwura 17 oni yiwura kodua ye di party na ma won in power it mean show so better ho ama party no akọ opposition na di hia ne se enkabom
okay
bibi na ti bayra homunti ama bayra na mo ama sisi ahocha ba na esusu no economy bia a cyclical you come out of the trough and be at the peak it mean mu me enkabom
mate
mi wakam no enkoto
audition medasi audition Ajaben wa Hacho netini kanu Ernest Otaifa Ernest Machi Ernest metie Ernest mpacho ma ni so
Maniachi oh mafundo ama niachi ama ni na let's down now okay and why start yeah that to ya actually nam po ka ni na ni so ama dia ya am dim do nam kwa ka se ta se ko ni no kuma se di na se di ka ya no waro na ko fa di na no ni na se en ka ba ko ye ba ka enye basa ba ka ye se ka ya ho ko da wo na ko o mo ni ya na so ama no o mi ti ko ni na ayapa o don sam ye ti ya o mo e ti ko Desta for account to the winner so ya akmapa ina ko hu mi ku obi will be now here, or my penny and factor. You know, I can't see now. I'm a five one said before, but you can't say about the main fire activity. So what can we say? Everything that I buy, you know. I have seen the trade. Every day, yeah, it's what they will expect the empty for. No, we are not or just for the data, and don't for the achievement and another extra artist. That's the official said. So when you come for a young boy, what is the time? Yes, so you want you to be, yes, I do.
Mate, Ernest, Mamin coming in Minaminko Winniba, Francis Dazawa, Humana, so Francis Marchin.
Yes, I'm coming. No, Kwame, what's it? Or Fiachi Yamufun. The Mazi, President Kufo, President Lawrence, my crap, President Kufo, that sausage, the way to when you be able to know the Ashenu, which Ghana Ashanza. Best MPP for. Then I am so near Pampam so. Near Tapa Penetrative, near MPP. My Bute Papa, MPP, Yankupon, the MPP, on Daisy. Minya, Indiana Vice President, or for 10 as a vice. And that's about for Obia or power voter region as a vice to change the situation for so many years in Ghana, Yenya independence, Masfre, Nama de Simple, not on my name, got to say,
yes, so yeah, that's Francis Dazi Ewo Winneba. Obey me after 0302 257 900 and also say 257 901. Mami, I join watching.
Yeah, maybe. Now, Mamma Sosa.
Yeah, Joso.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawunya, Yamishra. Unyami Ushirawa. Not their son, Mumaso. The grace is with you. I know you can do the job. That's why you have been doing that job. I think you decided to man amount. So, Neko, you send your Odi Mosechi, Obeki Wachi. Mr. Bawunya, media are all for you. Some part, I'm so winning. Because the shop Papa Nenimua, a Duma war Bayeno, Ghana for. And no cry inflation in Yemena, my sister said, Ghana move on for Muka to say, and a map of again. Ghana for Miss Remo, medical to Seremuma, the moment she fell. Only and just enough a panel. Oh, make dear so. Oh, my dear, twasso. Then she been good man, Jennifer. Who went him on Yamita? On Yamita, I won't so shame. Yanko Quantum in Canto and a place say. Or say, walk, or do the Bosch assassin or so. To send me a new Joshua, no, Doctor, Yamisha, what is
Mammy, that's it.
No, yet. Yeah, beautiful Samira. I greet you.
Mama Ajwa, yeah, that's 10 minutes past 9, Peace 104.3. Memeda Nyana Udi MC Ewo Drabonasie, national organizer of the New Patriotic Party, Henry Nanabuachi, New Bia de Freno, Nanabi. Nanabi Machi?
The maestro.
Yes, Nana. Bokode.
Boss, Nyamiada Roma, Senya Odi and Afam, you know. So Makamudi. I made an attorney, but then I say.
Ain't he, efi memneda ujina stage so near call by when a national organizer, boy, and come because near see and your call by net to say, Obakasing.
Rakame Medase, Pame, Nenum Guinea, I said that you said you may young Pompa. God has been very faithful to the New Patriotic Party. Rakama, the Kunta Mekasa, and he said, the Ushe Apatua 2 years, and the Patodua got to about close to 200,000 in about 17 polling centers, 17 regions, 17 in the sense that the headquarters account, 17, but in 275 constituencies, Sunyani East Fed and Accordance and 17 free. The newly created, the yet to be created constituency one forms of Kwano to Apa. Na Yantia Tinkaboni Bia, Pinti Bia, Mani Biancabonzo, and Ubiakofa, plastic chair bi di bu bi trimun and to kwabi bia send gonoma report here ina ya seda so wo wi dwumadi sei na wo fi mu ba na ye media any dwumadi ni nyina no enye on the negative na rather no is on the positive na is nyame nti beda se ye ba obi bia contact themselves Ghana police they did extremely well for us. The Electoral Commission, fantastic job. The media, I mean, we are there. And the better be BRC. Yanti, now dear Bakwan, who we about to see ya. The political party was shy. The unity in Kabum Sunkwamba. I mean, it is very difficult. Say over to a very not even when coalition crown you because at the time me a mountain state. The Free Electoral Commission, Dr. Kokrokoo. The Free Busa Semi Pachocolation Aquacusi say, no, say, I can nine regions in Yamaha. But before the last region, which was Greater Accra, Urban, now all the aspirants, we now know stage to the car. And I was amazed because about what the OE idea be people who have been Minyante me once say, because that day na Kasamo. Not be crazy ultimately. It's usually that day when I want say the newly elected flag bearer. And now Ibia Onobeba or Sonona, wedding kunim. All my 10 years go back grant interview, so my accept results next year. Ibia no know Mosa. So yeah, aspirant Nina, including the newly elected flag bearer. That's supposed to do. At my political party, we now for my seminar. As I talk to say about where course one a free, fair, credible elections of many other none. More shabbo from my home dinner, and will be beyond the bed. You wouldn't convention. I mean, also no as about the torso. I'm an about yet and come a day move him for cry. A tea, how come you ever move the apples? It through aspirants, no. Then you must come up at the bed tie age of imagination. It through Ira Kennedy upon Precoach upon. Fantastic showing. Our Resenia was it by said elections near free, fair elections. Now, or then I won't in at the tie Ira. Black coming, not the other so. To me, be PRC.
Na obi me call abaku ka simbi or say the battle is over but the war is on. The war is on meaning say 24 is the next step. National organizer ohun saying
Bakwame, elections 2024 is going to be for me the most difficult elections for the New Patriotic Party.
The most difficult elections for the New Patriotic Party.
Difficult for the New Patriotic Party, but with TDM, I said we shall prevail. Very, very difficult. Difficult in the sense that I'm a MPP and you're yeah, we find ourselves in a position and they send me a bank PR, I will be a self and name because of problems in your from COVID problems. Russia-Ukraine war issues, economy, and Sesame Penisano, it's Afena, acquire me found to see Yenya, some marginal recovery, the APP. It's on the issue of messaging. Nadia, Ibiam, and the Emmet, they say you're about me, or Casano. Ne, one of them is a baba. I'm not in common more sin and say, who's a man TB. That's what we are yet. Over yet, China now more than now. Now a living conditions problem. Now, or no woman to say, obey. Daddy obey, he, obey, tin wash it. Then you pay him. No, did you say, Cavri now, the woman, a better was and I may have no be a president, obey your frisa, and I was so excited. And I'm happy when he said, yes, he was the vice president. Not on an year will be running mate. And they, or no. So he's going to carry the new vision. He's going to be his own man. It was a very profound statement. making it. Yes, we acknowledge as a national organizer, I know that the battle ahead is going to be the most difficult battle. But, Kwame, the Kassing Yamin, when you say we shall prevail, the Bayajumapa.
Is it going to be that easy? Senator Kase, we shall prevail.
Oh, Kwame, most many countries say it's going to be the most difficult elections. The most difficult elections I will go through. But Mikidi said at the end of the day, at the end of this difficult elections, I know we shall prevail. Yura Mahama. They make right those times and now, yes, campaign our work. Yeah, there's no way you better form about me at the sense about me if it's the northern part of Ghana. And yeah, they better Obama now, come history. And then they hear about me, you know. Not only somebody from the northern part of Ghana, but I still say, Sir, the debris is here, their money. Better things, Ghana, your religious errands are your war. I know the piano coexistence. There's always that unity. I mean, I think that His Excellency, the Vice President, represents that. He is the first ever presidential candidate beer. Or yet, in Kimuni, of the northern part of Ghana. If mistake here, you can correct me. Not only just from the northern part of Ghana, but also a Muslim. Because all the time, presidents are any
I didn't know no I trapia elmano.
There be a funny trapia, it is because about a year, Asamoah, very topical. I remember when former President Mahama said it. I'm a year campaign you can put a book on our baby. We are national organizer, the near Bushel. Now, the Muya Sosa would remember Omia, the school, you your party for Nebeca, your party for Becana, year national offices in Bidiso. Oh, Muya Sosa, no one idea, but and come again. Say, ye, Babina, and the Nipo Propano. They were Baumia Nenya. They said the highest percentage ever. Era a Dubai, a Bresso. I think it was something about 57% or so. Era for a Bresso was about 53% or so. In fact, another Danko Kufa required 47%. On the quad, Nankiako, second round. And I hear Alan say, baby, what Jimo Diama, another Danko Kufa. And now, Era Baumia brings you 61%. It's the highest ever. So not only and MPP Akwakwa elected, and from the northern part of Ghana, who is also a Muslim, but I said the highest percentage ever. So for me, a new era, new tone. Now, minima sembima, Era Mahama Beka, I'm Minusho dear, a title near Nintia Organa, what for my pen. A good time as well to turn on no sense in this. Oh, may assembly and I better. May also because I can't say but for me, the emphasis is that Nipato Amukotu Apadema Hero Baumia, a bra of Free Bank of Ghana, His Excellency, the President running mate. Very young. He sacrificed a lot. Not the Bayer running mate. 7 Kedim Kugo 2018. Nanka, Obetina Kobaka Nekuma. He stayed. 22 years out of I said in Kugu. I said, hey, let me carry a pan and I'm going to me. Was at Nemu. A poor court 8 months in every at that day, no court. And then he was a star witness. And also, I bought the Chidum Beam 2016. I met her in year. And 2020. And if I saw for 16 years, he ran another Danko Kufar, now the leader and flag bearer of the party. That's 16 years. Number 2. Yeah, I think it's a part, The Patobuana, 61% of what a Musha Papano is soon in the buy, the contribution in Juma Waye. And I'm the two Abano at the man. Unfortunately, and as I answer, I hear the unwholesome kanda from the NDC, and I know we are come for party, and I know we say, and answer that unwholesome propaganda. It's about the 2 in 1. So I'm very confident that anything now the prosecutor in the campaign we know. And what you call honum Osana. Now someone that in Ayano, National Executive and say, Sa energy no also descended, and you see that we cannot afford to rest even a single day.
Mate. Yo. Lavi, that's your pay. Na me di sem repem e be hu studio ha.
That's it.
That's it. Henry Nana Boache edin obia e de friend no Nana B ono ye national organizer Emma New Patriotic Party na ono na yatene ka say 22 minutes past 9 on Peace 104.3 Monday morning November 6 2023. Kokrokoo jumedi na ye to aso
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Peace 104.3 na Henry, not Nana Boache, but Henry Kwabena Kokofu, PhD, lawyer, executive secretary EPA, former member of parliament, staunch MPP advocate. Ewaha Anope. Waka
Sama General.
Machien.
Me so bro.
Boko de.
Adom ne mpa boni nti.
Ekoyi.
Adom no nti eye.
Adom nti eye. Yanko memneda wona party a. Na answer na Kokofu besi dwom no from the Republic of Gambaga and mo representative no minim baby sorry kwa ba wasamba. Atiki. Machien.
Me just so chairman.
Boko there.
Like I keep saying, it could be better, but you go so.
Yame
chance.
Yame ne
Yame chance.
Kokofu.
Sama General.
Yanko party.
Mame ma atiefo nyina achia no pay. Ne ahwesofo. Me offer asiatic. If you da no na okra me say okọ Republic ho. Na akohwe ne onu so betimi di aye. Na wabua amadwumade na wie pay manager papa na mokumas uni that time na frame na me di wache layo mangula bank my race course them di la ka credit room so na call ba am just think or help it attack there
okodi wache layo mo
chama sa okwa ezu di layo bo
Over one gaza.
That is the spirit.
Okay, now, and that makes it.
Now, we track moves, we got track every day to bro. Then you're now fun restaurant. It's a delay with a drew so at that fee. And now delay Musukran, who sent your photo. Now, we was so about that day. I hear now a cotabro there, so
that's a beauty of watching.
Yes. Chama General,
yeah.
Senia ya kanda da si bibia betwam jiso nyame asem na New Patriotic Party senia mpani hye no memenda Ghana fa na nyina ya to aba yakoyi kandifo na intimi nkasa wa bra emfa aseda ma twedi ampo memenda was an exceptional day weather conditions dipa ho keka wonwa eko nwuma so on bibia it was exceptional day na me ka say kumase nko ka say asantema nko. But report minyano everywhere. Say whether no ayedin na bibie mo adwo kama. Memne da ye da bamboyefo. Wo MP bibie ye e wo memu no onyame kan wa no tum na onyame pe ba bi de on kotratra. Wa release one. Enunti ye de aseda ma twedi ampon a. Yes ye de aseda sonko. My party benefit a free national council of elders benefit omo constitute a friends say elections committee na national executive committee from general secretary the chairman about BC members nyina organizer on the kasa CCA e don ans papa if you say show me go akwan mu no na ade ana ekwa animu ye se dwumadie bia wudi ti sa abato na ahyase no ne niema a wo hyehye no se enya ade ahwe kwan mu a eno no nko a ma kwan ma basabasa ye ba eno ti eno de e ka se yi isaase da na fi wenye ye. Then you have your father, party father, J. Kufuor, His Excellency, the gentle giant. Bra, Washrene Honkafu in still na provide ideas and advice at the my party in Pennyfor. Until the certain president or no any the immediate party leader took inspiration from him and then brought it to bear. Or just imdiano ne sa kukudu sem ni nyina free onua pani ho a na ono nsoso ni nyina so awowo as party leader and head of government President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo kan nyina afua na ode abeboa ama won a etutu ne men nyina atutu akowie ye wo fom eye party ma delegates grassroots ni ade ahokeka ne ahosepa nyina da na di ewo ba bi biara ye to aba kwame anu so hia papa se ye bebo ye ho abasa na yabo de ubofo central ye sha grace ye nemo ye ko ni eba ye to abe ye nemo ye be kenkan ye nemo ye be declare ye nemo se pa se mumu bia nya adwenbone se obema basabasa ye bia ba kwame easy to do ye hia zo kote baby na waka bibia atom frame ma anya no kre betime di bibasaba nanso madwuma ye professionally aso ani papa bambofo IGP me office ne men and women kwame ayi police and you know still I don't come men nko them for women nso so
police service
I say ani can say
men and women to be gender sensitive and to be gender correct. Gender correct.
Some titana unyasem.
Me.
Nanka aka say china men and women.
Oh, how?
But Chairman, if you are so see to be gender sensitive
and gender correct.
How about the other your mouth alphabet
no
say if you are talking about gender sensitivity
but the trap was not for you. So don't enter into the trap. Policemen and women, the boss papa. Now about electoral commission, very professional. I want to mean cancer when you know any players in a ball. The contestants, I shall say near aspirants, near and no party yen she share man koka. Let's say can na nyama kakra binti enua baako ye se obetwe no ho kakra nti akoka nan yesa nan no nsuso enya akokuduro ehame on se to da bia wo ye be ma
baako twe no ho na kanum na se baako firi
baako efiri mu na baako twe o infa mienu na ya baako firi mu na baako twe no ho okay so ofa bachi na twe no ho no baako de
but Alan we free mu we free party osemo from party mo fa
okay when free them ho keke ba free fie ho
osemo from party
so sometimes you wait me free them ho na still a wo fie
but and also we 12 bro no kra
okay I feel I'm with them okay so kwa munza mpempie no wo kukudro ni wasa usi nsuo manza no ahamo openi ba obada be peni jeku
openi be china
obechina de busaro
o se be men sin nsuo manza aham
sa pepepe it is when you abre na wo be ma wo he hampreko that just say why nti sa the gallant four me sa am free the gallant four omunya kukudro ni party ma di nkuta ho na kwa me exercise no mu ye unim de kire agree bi no afa no say hwe a very 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 critical for the party 2024 to rejuvenate the base party ni base
just say a Kenyam
party ni manafe ko bi ananka na bamu bu na fe all of a sudden because we di candidate AHI into a second bias or you know say candidate never win it or for me di candidate BH and so highly competitive at our grassroots level. We call polling stations, we call constituency levels, we call regional levels. I just say we call we GH we yes. Now emu be anywhere about cotton and Sakura on Yokoso. I know baba. Me call Germany. I observed one thing. I think here say, oh kaya. Say me ne kwa me nyasem. Na me buafu no nso buafu. Wonim dia no me. Obi ansa gunachi no ayero ho na aka wasem. Ti me hwe kwa me anim na me say gumachi. No nso because the temptation no dia na chese wa wie kra. Sa principle no. No na ye adwuma o New Patriotic Party na anu. Na all this while akandifo na nkasa a omu na nkasa edi won edi animu no won level a omu eka omu nsemko ana omu e form omu campaign managers so engage at several levels. Now when unknown to people ye kwa na esiasa that we are serious bi kura na crop na bababa muwia makwejira baabi na we can den we can den. The beauty of democracy. Sa exercise ashemi nkran na shemeding say 2024 mfa hone ne a ye hunu ne wiase a ebi aka Ghana ye ne Ghana fo betumi adi nkuta ho pa the way a ahode ne ahokeka a individually collectively yetimi dia ye adwuma di aboa ye candidates no a ekosi memenda nsunsuanso ba and me dey na figures ne numbers no ana hia me pisa dey hia me ne incidents ne niema ne nkutahudie pa ekọ any the way a nipanya your friends ventilation
it's me channel dream
ventil yes to the ade kum nipa ne kum kra ne kum honhom ene sa asem show mu na wunya kwan wunya gina brebi na wonka na wokan so kra na wunya tiefo a enonzo ekum pa
ba wo ka se numbers no ho hia no ebi so se numbers no ho hia papa
well yeah
esan say monuma mota Dr. Bami achi no muka say 75
oh now
and ebi do 61
oh kwam
enti ebi so pa say numbers no hia papa
kwam yes that numbers ni hia on that level ndi meba ho because the person me the enti am ka say numbers no hia me ne che say ultimate ka say obi etwa 20 ne hu nim faso wo all the person chire anti na mato ondin the gallant for because obi activity obi ansem ka ekanya party no na shemi nkran sese ye de sa ahodin ani sa bia koye etu anamon ya kofom na ye ne Ghana fo adi nkuta ho akasa akire nsem na baabi e beduru bia no ne anaba mu abuo ya kenya no ne ya pagya na gina ho de na basam ahodwo ya woso no na ya sam nanim ni akase be ma gina ho oba sori gina wo na so ni odi yawo asese ya mane dibem kwa me ya mane dibem jama general
yes sir
ye we nyina siesie fia na fe Ghana for de na ya ban a oho esese o ya yentimi nyeye ye ne Ghana for be chesa asem and aso and then bibi so every time I ra mokese no ne bi efri na nchiremu bi ho ayi be chirem den ye ya aso Ghana fo ani pa anka onya ya ye betimu biewu enu ne Ghana fo be ka ho asem na so on wa adwenkyire bi ani bibi betumi aboa amasa adwumadie na pagya biewa we will share that the whole thing bio den na ati akamu nsusuye ani bibi because otie Dr. Mahmoud Baumia I say I have my own vision enu po me ba ho so enti Chairman General memen da dwumadie ne ade binum fa ne traase akotro the length and breadth of this country from Amentifido bepim ebesi anafo from atoye kusi apuye ya timi apagya party no nkan kone na hoode ne ade ya ho aduro kopem se obia timi aka se ya odie bi ne wo mu asisie ne wo mu adidija ne wo mu a ya keka ni nyina akase ye be picking in pieces ne ye be so ano na nea esese ye bia ye de abotoye mu beba of course ye ntimi satisfy obi a tego nanso party mpanyfo ne ye num bi na ye wo form ne ye ben na ye ka bi wo mu na ye wadwen kyerɛ ne bibibia no this is the time ebra ensese ye de nim de ka me party no ensese ye de ahoɔden ne nyansa ka me party no this is a brand ni na chama general
yes sir
nipa 9 ekoko ye bonto an ye said that kan eno de obi anim so we bracket temam da bracket say bracket first and a bracket last emma ye denya ba ku be din kunim na ba ku din kunim so a ni kunim die sa kunim die ne nya ne dia it belongs to the party New Patriotic Party kunim die no ye party ne dia if it's a party na akona bato wo de kama wo ye vehicle na kire so obe wani je ho be ye bi e wo mu se wo na nipa hwe wanim ni ato aba ma de nanso and truly to my belief Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a dedicated victory to the New Patriotic Party. In fact, Okofeda and Okra President Akufo-Addo say timu bio. Kofeda my who says Ankunim die no kra ye for Ghana democracy. E kire say Ghana kabi mami kabi amarion hye a ye dibu ye man no. New Patriotic Party ne due ye team. Ni amamu aya akono. Wo hwe your tosu mienu. Na Kennedy Japan. Na na mutuo ne ne campaign ne bibia ne ade a ekoye ba oya adwuma yiye. The organization was there. E kire say obai akansie no mu say obedin kunim. Well prepared. Anunti sabre abra delegates akasa say yes scratch your Judy yes opening your poasem nemum sabre de ye dodo na ye wo mu no ye say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the vice president ono na oni party nanim ye de wase ne adwuma wa ye de aboa de wase papa anunti thank you vote so ni odi kunim na nkasa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni nyina so kwabe se me katamani na mete a me hunu ni ama ahodo o minim se ya na hunu bia ati katanu na tema me hunu dey no worry when I do se me yes ape me hunu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 3-in-1
setting
me hunu the gentle giant J Kufuor in him gentility you can't say what we the peneje kumo na me anu ajabi wo
wow yeah asantini de share mapa
ni nyina professor Jekumo oya anu ajabi wo nti ochina from baby I will be gentility e say ana confuse me with humility aho brase
e fa na sa aho
brase ni die ne ma ye wano mi hunu sa wo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the gentle giant Jekumo mi hunu Dr. Bawumia mi hunu the late president of the republic Professor Atameus wonimu asumdue hene mi hunu nipa mi hunu wonimu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say ade ya asumdue ade kaka beba ade di basabasa beba otwe ne ho firi ho kra na onko ho so I can see Professor Mills the late president asumdue hene in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And then finally I can clearly see Dr. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president of the republic. Abutrehene. Abutrehene. Abra Yakwa Court, Supreme Court. Na nibra aba. Na nipa nyina susu se. Nka wedi ka Supreme Court mo kama ye New Patriotic Party aka ebeboa efise yetimi di adanse aba pa. Court se there be madintwo. Ni amode ne ba court say ono no oni nkunim ono na yesi wadi nkunim atinsunumu na uhwebra wa bre eni nyina so a wususu se owo eni ade a na ebinom ka guna sum empene na yese kwa ha bra yenko review ye de yempene yenyese osi adwobre Oman Ghana me Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo me pese me di omanso na de basabasa ye beba ne de mempene mintie beba etwe me ho firi ho mesremu a machitaafo ne New Patriotic Party man Ghana fo a makoma abasuru nyina emrafo obia nya abotre ye ne court decision no enya adwene na emom oman hu donti ya giatum anunti minua President John Dramani Mahama be ma otire nkwa abotra emudo abotra edwodwo akoma abotra ye de chichire oman. I can see that abotre in Mahmoud Bawumia. So Kwame, every neko ukatawani ti prekopa, you should see Bawumia 3-in-1 man. And this man owonia obetimi aye with afofro ene Ghana for ama ohawa ye womu ene manihuna wiase nyina womu yetimi anamua kwa kopie konkoso. If he say Professor was turning crisis into opportunity and growth. There has never been Kwame see that say bibi be say never say ya kwawie. There is always a turning point. And then see that's say bibi be koyie never koyie sa be kwakosi awie. Mribi beba ho betechema enunti na ya frosro na froshen wiem shen na wo kwa de dru baby chama general say dru time e be serve na eya na mu ye ye bia wo so kan buku bi kakra na mo amowo we friends tablet oh he was a more here near the serve ni ade na I can imagine that what was the chama general transfer they said or tip light I can imagine like the first class the business class first class they on the business na said your team na ka be abonsi abe serve wine so mo wine kitinkiti bi oh nom santi won ka ho but wine kitinkiti bi red wine ni serve na hwia na aya said the wani akum kakra de obeti ade say kinkin adan yesu obi abonsi beto obi antras ya be enter turbulence wuti kukum abe hodo chese aduane odi en wine na tom bible. So that is it. You don't go on travel on 19 na mo say oman ana onipa wasetene mabrabo mabusia abibia be ye totia ayam hihie nkoba na sa ayam hihie ne ba ana ehu ne ba den na kandifo de an so begina painting na wo be hyem kran na wo be ma won a aka no be hunu say until you get a pilot obe put you confidence obe catch them say ba turbulence near the but enya de bi ehu
enti ne krakra ne
say we have a pilot now. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Okay.
The turbulence any bibia economic crisis ni ade bia ye wo mu asoman nyame charge ni
go for me say a few questions. Yetie main opposition party NDC on party say results by say embarrassing so anom trouble no say nkomu fee say nka dede na mo ye fa vice president no nka 61% there nka anya de fata o say nkonya be 75 for baby. And then also Omar Danen say not just almost 40% of MPP for say Yempe Bawumia because 37 point something left to Tiano because Omutuma Kennedy in a bituma Adani Mone Usu Efri Akoto. Inti and also Usomu saying say that damn we have fan win 61.47 penny.
General.
Yes sir.
37% vote ni antro amendis ni.
There be among us.
And 0.4% antro amend CPP ni.
There be.
Na be na no how to say. Are they here within? Putogum hwegum. Here within. But you see, Chairman General, New Patriotic Party I exhibited their friend internal democracy competition. Who's making reference to the 98%. What Baku for 2 Americans who crowd 100%. One man race. But to me 100%. Yeah, say stories that. So what you me organize them?
Nanabi.
Yes. 1992. Ayebue. Quite say your political party say bad. Nanko bien himself Professor Dubois. So they breaking the culture of silence.
Culture of silence.
That could be any so prof. We there. The why there kabesneko. Ehina na ni new patriotic party. Okay, Dr. John Selby.
Make hyper.
Dr. Safuadu and others. The lawyer could be anom. Obviously, David. Yen nyina ye mema aye gupo yimu. Yen nyina ye wa hoden ni yen kwa kansi. Peni ampe kwa kansi. Onya 56%. Close to 57. 50 sabre no. Na ye Roger John Rollins ono odi NDC anim no. Ono just a free ride. Em pesa me boy ibia na watu fa no oko. Free. Then come 1996. Roger Ekufo oko 92 die ni bi. Anyone aka including Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Ye kopim so Roger Ekufo nya 51
96 Nana Addo Dankwa oko 98. Kufoko Nana Addo 98. 98 and
oh yeah okay me for election years
yeah.
Okay 98. The then candidate J. Ekufo win with 51%. 0.9. Remember the prayer. Anna Onyasa. He went ahead okonenim kodin kunim 2000 general elections. Wabrana Sabrana NDC candidate. Now you're vice president. Obia Antono Swaba. Swedro declaration. You didn't general Swedro and you're born a powder. And your boy and some shia man. Obia to no swaba. I know this year ba vice president, curriculum in Saswa and a team. Top form. Yeah, Kobe Wu. Legon. Sabre na me a chairman, Bantama. Ya pemian to abana ma fe de ni ehun si abre. Ave delegates ave na just say ye je ho anyi 47.9% ana do di nkunim na ugina ye consensus ye nkoyanim ye koyanim koto aba no first round ye di nkunim with 100,000 votes na emom o main hihye mu no ne abato hihye mu ye ntimi ankroso 50+1 enu tina se san koto bio and no name prince so time nyina bam time constituency na nui dia ye ba ye yakwe hwe ehun sem ne hu niema hyaase with special voting mekobi minye bi matia tena ma yese finally yakwa akodu mema country kanetisi mu campaign akese na ye o na 61.7% ana what
61.47
was it the na you can say the agino but who present vice presidential candidate paying had a 100% acclamation. He lost the elections. And then I just said ne what's another acclamation 98% you have nothing to show. If said the end is if we need exercise way amakwanya mabro bia wo bi mu yaudie bia na babontin aka de be kan aka se wo nyina so se ni nyina so afi na mpani betase no banyansa fo kunna hane besepa han ni ahwe de ase ye ho adwuma wo mu ni ye ho adwuma mo de mo ka hye hokode ana mahunahuna nkrofo okuni ni te se kwamnado fo matimi ahunahuna na ama wape ba bia atena ko de ne ho kodom ko pre court no so court kram ko bu ni na mu ho no wape ne ba bia atena we na ekofa form yeso abodam mu ano kwadwo bonsu na anu nani nusuo
selling
na de omu de ya ni bi ni
adamande
na omu abato no anhu so omu de ano ya kikire a na kakra bi na de amam uni kwan se ukura bi kura be wura no akoye kobonto akoye enti finally ya hunu bi pen mo de no eye acclamation mo ni je ho ana mo pretend say obi ape na eyaudie rebo NDC fuo mu flag bearership race ya mko mo de e be reflect o 2024 na ona mbe
Kogo for answer be kono mi say say me answer be kwa tiki so no nti wa bantama de ni sie
bantama kan sie na course said your course be bia no
because send your bantama for mo ye de say bantama for Baumia no
and about one side the penalty na bantama for ade ni mo so ho
David
bantama for Canada Japan ho
metie no
now you interested or bantama for that Baumia
metie say mo ye de say bantama for Baumia but bantama vote say by no Dr. Baumia nya 422 Kennedy Japan 404 nti Ken mamu show down
na ye
mamu show down
ye
nti bantama for Baumia no show down for Baumia mo ne ba
Jaba General they say and they want bantama for Ken
there
want here no because na no person obetie
menkasa
it wasn't loud.
It wasn't loud. Na Ken fear or bantama meba baby honorable Kennedy Japan. Well, you tete do bantama we need bantama. Be refi house number but BA 46 or so. And me MP, me chairman, virtually been in the ho. Bibi obeba be boa me. Bibi obeba you say bantama yeah they say my friends say homecoming. Only so Confano teaching hospital. Or complete word. Onokra no motivate me mama so me koje word D5 or word children's word any ade. So enti oye really ground man or bantama and you say e yade fufuro bi. Indeed, me ankasa mpani chiche no me ko subin. I was in charge of subin for and on behalf of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia campaign team. But the truth of the matter is say New Patriotic Party ye makwan amobia kire na dwene ni bibia esesoye mi hu wa ya eye nipa no bebre wanwa say bantama results akoy to say the etie no but the truth is say nipa na ono wanya sa vote na when he deserves it what you say given the ties and then the bibia wo constituency no why not na mene atiki ko gina mi nya yank menya 100 no wanya 0 and no ana you say man proposes God disposes what can 75% friend say prediction ne biswe yes wo beye survey ni ade binum survey bi beba na akudru say e binum survey kra wo ye no enti na we researcher obi so research betimi abetwa research ebinum de akura did not factor votes anka ebia another candidate bi benya wabra wanko bie so that candidate no wanko race ni bi but who discount the support base you get it all wrong sa the support base no ehefa na be drift yakọ Nina ye part of the analysis, but because fear chini abufnunti no, subject to a treaty rather no ye be treating for students of elections. Na ye ni ankasanso ye kotena dem drawing board swa. Na ye elections analysis ni strategies ni ade no. We will use it as a resource, as a raw as a database. But for national discourse now we are calling for unity, we are calling for everything. Ubia baby ubia to nabaku bia we respect and jitum we admire everybody. Ubia campaign I was so touched when close to Ansakra ne ekotwaban we had a candidate who says me rounds say me campaign no mu metia obi na so adam kasati obi ampamchom fanche that was anoni in itself cry na so much maturish so enti chairman general as to say figures na munya say na seka we nya say and this omo problem because omo headache nyina na abemu no omu haw nyina na abamu no na omu hwehwɛ sɛ nkofo ekoyi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aba na kwan ben die pa na ebetimi aye afa saade ho ene saade ya ntwenhwɛ so ko omu tu wie na basabasa ya aba na nka mentimi ho ase aba na nka omu ntematete na afi we matimi wakame na nka no aboaye twedi ampon onyame ohata hoyi enim ne eye ma ne menti osunu Kokrokoo gina de ugina ohum no bebo na mframa no bebo peace and agent for no say se pupo tutu kogu pumumpa musro na mekamo ho
Kokrokoo mate Kwabna Kokrokoo Henry ena yetene kano na ECG simifa win tuja to Operation Fix the Bill and Pay the Bill. Mom, you see postpaid. And yeah, you see prepaid. And yeah, you see postpaid. I'm going to say every Monday, the 6th of November. Operation Fix the Bill and Pay the Bill. You see, you say postpaid customers. My readings no amoba. Abe sheni na PURC. Mra etaumachi. Nombre yes adwuma we enti top management just easy mpanyifo nyina pia bedwom enti regional and district offices nyina no mpanyifo wo ho no ba bia mo post paid meter na o ma ba hwɛ sɛ ho te sɛn aye adwuma bibia bɔkɔ na efei o ma verification and integrity o mu wia na o ma jam ho fefefe enti mo nhye no so ECG4 ba postpaid form. I think
ba chama general ba ku o say me ka say wie na aka say ECG say because o ba ka say ECG say my ade o
yeah that it
yedi kan mamincha Republic of Gambaga for
Josepa
na yiri ne mamproguman na mincha madam Fobia Debia Meka otonka sa eye kama pa friend money.
Hey, money you can say him be ko ne ho.
Chairman, na wo so Debia eja. Wa oni me bia uko uko tunioma. Nti u tu kwan sa na ba wa be die be ko.
Money.
Also be die. Na chama je na wo kwa ya. Mane kwa jimre we.
There be say also me kwa selection.
No, it's
because I think I'm who say money or a good guy.
He's a solid guy. He's a solid
or a good guy. Now also the car place your friend is saying.
Yeah, Nadine Namiri, but it's just close to Mawako Honum. Nice garage. Before you get to Mawako, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I think catch your money send me point about.
No, and I mean look.
If I
yanko
money and I pay your child and I pay your point many I take.
No pay.
Many I take about.
Your point about.
Your best selection.
Your best selection. Offer so. Maybe offer no offer so would yeah.
Thinking guy home by graphics.
Maybe offer would there unim say would there menu there until time be a yebeko. Mamin sha sim free baby offer the way no. Yedi kan mamimbo MPP amanyoko no abaso omaya die omaya nfefefe. Jama okay last week na last Friday now but Mebeka say the process should be fair, free and transparent such that obi biara sebi obedi nkugo no ana on win no maminka nisa would find it easy to accept the outcome. Esanze sapanyimfo di nyoma nhihye to akwan mu if there is any concern will be bia no ma respond quickly and swiftly na obia anya ntiase say this process was free fair nemum delegates no na anyo madwin say samri di amina say mekwa nipa ne gituma yeyi and I'm happy to have observed say sane course so yanti obia timi obia kami of course one or two places but those were insignificant if you compare to the integrity of the entire process no Emma candidates in Yinaji especially the one who was hardest hit by way of defeat no because on Obon who came close but couldn't make it Ojitu said even though Mending kunim but I am happy said the process was free, fair and transparent and one here and I am happy the party leadership actually did that which excited the kind of confidence now Ubia expected say Ombenya in the process no. Now I like to say I predicted that Dr. Bawumia will win it, but Kennedy will give him a good run. And indeed, that is what came to pass. Why are there? I mean, a lot of people wrote him off. What has here? But what Chire say, he is a force to reckon with. And his contributions to the MPP, let me say, the results are beginning to show. And indeed, they showed in the contest now, which tells you, say, he's an asset the MPP should. Of course, on excesses, you can't discount that. But he's also an asset the MPP would need to keep and work with. Sure. And now me, because I mean, people deriding and ridiculing contestants win, but I've seen say generally across board, people have been very magnanimous in their celebration of victory. They've been very measured in the way and
when I see anything,
Nyampachen say one will say Oman Shada and in their jubilation Oman can sema etia nyomuendi nkunimono. Well, ideally, if you look at the nature of contest, not a bit heated kakra, you would expect say sebi ebimbe kan sema ebe three candidates na omuendi nkunimono, especially Ora Kena Japan. But you would see that they were very measured in their celebration of victory for Dr. Bawumia, and which for me is very, very significant. It tells you, say, Obia recognizes, say, the next biggest headache is how do we strengthen the reconciliation efforts. Reconciliation, no na ebe timiama, candidates no go into the next election. Ombre, and I get the feeling, say, Obia in your memo, no, everybody has had the memo, say, look, we need to focus on what is ahead. Contest need the next biggest thing is the 2024 elections. Now, having said so, Chairman, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Ekan Sembia me Eshem crying.
Eshem crying.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said he has a vision of his own and he will be a man of his own. Chairman, Obiara who is objective. So person supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is not because of the leadership performance of Nanantio. It's not because of the exceedingly brilliant leadership qualities of Nananti Nobe supported Bawumia. And His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia needs to show, say, look, I am coming with a different vision. Because, and of course, that is the only thing Ibeman Krofo who said, we are not voting for an extension of Nana. They are voting for a new entity, a new arrangement. And I was happy to have heard him say that he's coming with a new vision, which means that he's coming with an entirely fresh vision. Ebumbeka say, now we have fresh vision now. Now one farm marry the vision of Nana. But as a man for the role of the vice president is just supportive. Sometimes it is not always all the time, say, and it is not always the case, say. And I can cite examples in this administration. Ola Dr. Bawumia had a different view about Nyumabia, but the government ended up doing something else. A case that readily leaps to mind, E-Levy. He has been consistent on his drive for digitalization. Until what you say, who feels that technology must drive our progress as a country. Until if you want to tax technology, especially digital technologies, it would place a drag on our progress now. Until anka ebe ya enyadia SSA taxi digital technologies to say mobile money transfers. Okana sem okaya, but yamfana sem na anyewe. Eventually, E-Levy was introduced. Until he needs to convince us, and indeed, this is a good start. Say, maybe I am coming with a clear vision that is distinct from.
I said me okay, my dream baby so. Yeah. Say omwa Kokrokoo mo ka say omo per 75 and above no. Niema Ken so ya de and say a protest vote.
Absolutely.
Against Nana.
And me baho chairman.
Do you share that? Okay.
I endorse it 100%.
Me too.
Look, some of you see omoye projections, of a Kabibi, they discounted certain key elements. Especially the sins of Nana. Some of the sins, I mean the punishment was visited on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And going to 2024 elections, you know, so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, you know, when she was said, look, I am coming with a new vision. Judge me based on this new vision. I made Ibano. Now, I am going to be an extension of Nana. He's going to suffer and suffer terribly. Nana has disappointed on several levels. I mean, as I do, what he has here. And if he's going to inherit the disappointment, any a punishment, ebe batahuno, idea behind in 2024. And of course, is to tell Ora about me, and I am happy when he said he's a man of his own. No? If you've had any close relation, like dealings with him, that indeed he means what he says, and or say he's going to be a man of his own because near SEA is a litmus test on what is going to happen. Look, even within MPP Mukrano, if he doesn't show, say, look, I am coming with a new a paradigm shift. Sebi, people who feel hurt by the actions of Nana are going to visit it on him. Either Omunkotuabano and Ombesket and Blas Asem, and it's going to hurt him. Until he needs to tell Unkrofo, say, a woman say, I have served in this government and I appreciate the opportunity that was given to me. But I want to take Ghana to the next level. How do I do that?
Yes, say baby was Shanti region.
Yeah.
Bosomi Freho.
Yeah.
Formina. New Edubiasi.
Okay.
Sami and saying no Kenny Dinkunim.
New Edubiasi. Na Danfusuna. Anyway, Ken Danfuna now on supporting.
Na Odinkunim also because na a protests.
Absolutely.
Another place where Tema Central.
Tema West.
No, Tema Central
in particular. Okay.
Almost say Tamia Tuaba. Na MP or a friend Kofi Brako. Kofi Brako ba abemono. Sebe ya manupo subia. Na Titus Grove or the Trey Crewini and Yaman Deputy Minister. Carlos Ahinkra Yaman Deputy Minister. No mu free said Tema Central say. Sena no mujina homa MPP no omanya bibi science no hono so no protest vote. It is some of these analyses have come up.
No, and they are valid analysis.
I don't know if Oswatibia.
No, Matibi, and they are valid analysis. Look, Ora Dr. Bawumia, Ntina, I was happy to hear him say he wants to introduce a fresh start. He's going to be a man of his own, and he's going to be a man of. He's bringing some new vision. What he has here, because look, all these are going to be inherited sins. Sabi onye Tema Central for Boni BI. What he has here, nobody in saying he's a vice president or any Juma. But he has no power to appoint anybody. But they visited the anger with Nanano on him, and look, it's an extension. We have to say that. Take what happened within the MPP as a reflection of what really is happening out there. And to Ghana for to do there, Sebi, if it doesn't show, say,
enye Bawumia na say yem penasem.
Debbie,
Nemum bebia ofri bano.
Exactly.
Oho, ena yempe.
And he's a smart man, very intelligent. He set the tone for people to begin to assess him based on one vision.
Intention can say he's
absolutely. Me sure say Bimu would be like, oh, this man is showing signs of ingratitude. Look, Chairman, they are going to judge him not based on his own performance and what he brings to the table, but on the sins of Nana, and those sins will kill him. If they are to judge him based on Nana's sins, Sebi, one day you cry.
Has Nana sinned that much?
Oh, Chairman. And that was why I said when he said Bawumia is a combination of three characters. The first two I agree, but now the can't
yes, say Bawumia also lost Brekum East, and I can tell you for a fact it was a protest vote. Gusty man in Brekum.
Chairman, look, he needs to, and like I said, Obi Biara or objective, neutral, even though that word is been abused these days, but Obia who is sitting on the fence, or supporting and not joining Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is not doing so because he's particularly excited about what Nana has done. It is because or shed the man Bawumia, Sebi, Ninim die, na nyansa any the visioner or the bano, and nothing no be supporting.
Obisi men can't check Kokrokoo say gently tina kaje so ojo.
Ojo.
Yeah,
and yes,
yeah,
our Hobrase, but Ojo.
I think that's a much better.
Opening Kwachi, yeah, that's say. Okay, Mpacho.
Yes. And the German, he needs to set the stage, say, me be wow person supporting me. And he made an appeal to a lot of people and groups. But those groups, he's not expecting them to come and join him on the basis, say, the ticket I am on right now has overly performed. But come and support me because ye group and pensubi or how kakrebiaba. But I have a vision that can take us to the next level. Me and look at me as me. Because Sebi Ukoto Abana, you are not going to vote for him because he served with Nanado. No, you are voting for him because or vision monobi or some you believe in his intelligence, his brilliance, his the fact that he has what it takes to take us to the next level. When the kind set is our stage here, German, any neutral, any professional group and any professional somewhere, you would never want to come and join him on the basis of that. And smart as he is, with the kind asset no, and wouldn't him now. People take his demeanor, his meek and very affable and gentle demeanor.
But on your better side.
So people take all those to mean say Papa is a pushover.
No, on your better side.
To the extent that he announced it publicly, say he's going to be a man of his own, should give you an inkling into who he is. And it's an exciting news. Because that way, Obetime, he can appeal to the professionals and all those other groups now. Nanka ordinarily would want to join him, no. Now he's giving them a cause to do so. Like I said, at the end of the day, assessment now as to who leads this country. It's not going to be an assessment based on Nanane Yejumo Onu Baumia. So now it's going to be a comparison between Ono, Dr. Baumia, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Now, can he give Mahama a run for his money?
It's going to be a tough battle. Objectively speaking, it's not any better, sir. It's going to be a tough battle. There are several odds working against Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. But it appears he knows the task ahead. He knows the responsibilities are abedan in Simono. And
at the end of it, I say I'll be my own man. No, I dear obetimi aye. Then I say obetimi aye. I'm a man for Adrian say or no the anamanfu for beba. Na ebia he should not be punished for the so-called sins of Nana.
Yes. So Chairman, Newman be why. I am sure he feels strongly about certain things going on in this country right now. Me assure that in the fullness of time, no, or the vision, no, he's going to realize it. I'm sure it will be in the form of policy briefs and position statements and so on and so forth. I'm sure on E-Levy he's going to be very clear. Say me who is promoting the adoption of digital technologies, and also that tells which will run counter to what Nana and his finance minister believe in. Or Chairman, you have no idea the kind of confidence he's going to engender.
Will people not feel that he is ungrateful?
What is the ingratitude in that?
Yanko say uwumbi any debaye.
Or can I dream? It's as if this is the first time he's going to speak about it. A idea he publicly spoke about. And Yanka on cash in fan who dia ubeti say na papa ye no na wahin. Since ye passing E-Levy, he has never stood anywhere to talk about E-Levy. What is waka E-Levy wasem da?
There be.
Exactly. Until become wasema, it would engender some confidence. Look, you see, sometimes, and I feel for him. Yes, CEO is the head of EMT. Just any terrible economic decision going on in this country that has been taken, he's responsible. But as a United, as I say, merely being the head of EMT, chairman now, chairman, it doesn't mean anything, no.
Really?
What the finance minister decides to do, I doubt if the vice president, the arrangement as we have it today, Obetimaka say vice president, finance minister, what the finance minister decides to do, and one way, but yet the tag now bono, say because it's EMT, and I feel sad sometimes. Say Obiko yen bonia ne di ehunsu ne subono edi abebubi. When we were going to IMF, Chairman, it didn't have to be the vice president explaining to us why we were going to the IMF. The proposition came from the Minister of Finance. Now, so what he said, Minister for Finance, ebe cheyem nienti anayeko. No, obi anka ho asem. Ave na ye bonus to throw left, right, center. So he had to attend a program MZ Accra Business School. And no coach chechem ni enti aye kwa IMF. But na enye na adwuma no. Wa wudi eko no. Wu na say wo ka che ni enti a wudi eko.
Na some finance minister Yankita hu die bebre.
Chairman, he was doing the what he called when town hall meetings. What has here? But to address the issue, when he decided say ye kwa IMF. Onu na ka say ye kwa IMF. When he decided say ye kwa IMF, did you see him address the country and say A, B, C, D, T, ye kwa IMF, and Hunsun these are the issues involved. What is why is Bibisada? And I have some privileged information. There was a meeting at cabinet.
I thought you said it's privilege.
Privilege.
Me can't the details, no, but me kind of like generally. At that meeting, some decisions were taken. Somebody was supposed to communicate the outcomes, so that that pressure na yedi to na beti sono would be taken off. But nipa na nya ni ese oye no. Until na afe opposition for any year na people started na vice president also economic messiah or a whiskey or a sisi aye kwa IMF or wahin. And once they start that no, it means eso be ya no. Meanwhile, na e obi adwuma eso be yes adin. Until for me there going forward there, I think the MPP is going to see a very strategic shift from the way and I am happy say I don't know when you are elected flag bearer, the presidency remains the leader of the party and the flag bearer.
No, the flag bearer.
Oh, awesome.
Power has shifted.
Oh, it has changed, which I am excited about. And already or catch MPP for any Ghana for you say there's a new kid on the block. There's a new sheriff in town. Sabi, those people who used to do things with impunity, it's about time they revised their nose because things are going to be different. Sabi, untimi nyenu mani bina na hard yentimi nyahushi says here there's a new leader in town. Ebia, he would have you can say because kuna he's the captain. And say if one of the lieutenants misbehavior, if he doesn't call him to order, lose the fight now.
How can Baumia also say being a man of his own, how do you divorce man of his own from the track record of Akufo-Addo?
You see, Chairman, track record of Akufo-Addo
of which he's an integral part, or can he be?
You see, sometimes we tend to generalize him maybe because he served in the government. Bibia government near he should be held responsible. Like I said, he say me this one bona and ye. Chairman, the closure of toll booths. Who this one bona and ye. But it is not buying a take his hard decision, no. But it's not a decision he favored.
How would you know?
Oh, Chairman, well, you should listen to him. What he has here, like I said, it's going to be an uphill task. A bedding, a jumani dear, and better. But the way our shares, giving the indication, say things are going to be done differently, and because Opese Ghana for judging based on what he brings to the table, the vision, the modern born and as if for what he has here. But when Sana na you see, we are going to judge him based on what Nana has done. Chairman, on-board number. What has here? On-board number. It's just unfortunate that the second term in particular of Nanado has been terrible. Ubisamia. Me, and I'm being very blunt. His second term has been super, super terrible. And he said, if that is a record he wants to go into the elections with her, then he might as well just go and sleep. But he needs to come up with a new vision. Wajatum said there are challenges. Now, Ghana for expectation is how do you take us away from Bibi Ayewi?
Obi say Atik Mohammed, you are insinuating that Dr. Baumia, even though he's the chairman of EMT, is not the chairman general of EMT.
That's the best way to put it.
Segadus, you crazy. Why do you bring my name inside?
Chairman is the truth. Because I'm saying what chairman. And what chairman general de Baku. When you become chairman general, you are the general of all chairmen. What you say? Until or no, they've made him chairman. But chairman, let's tell ourselves the truth.
Chairman General.
Yes, sir.
Safety intervention. Me offer say take a break.
Mimbre.
Mumra specialized. Millennial, Mumra specialized.
Maybe I'm going to ask of an Indian. But as no credit,
but what bread, you know,
maybe no credit, Bako. And is I'm sure, sir. And another thing I'm personally can say, beyond, trying to present an image of, being himself and a new vision, paradigm shift to get us out of where we are and then he also needs to reach out to Ora or Hinikin in Japan. He did so well. And like I said, Oya asset. And knowing Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, he would not have any difficulty reaching out to him. On an Indian common, of course, politics is always about concessions. Me sure say, Ombedin common. Now, some common is in them. Me sure say Obepeso Kojina Humi because the campaign was really, really grueling. They did extensive campaigns.
Before you wrap up, just 3 quick messages. This one from Kwame in Kumasi. He says, Chairman General, tell Atik to tell Kokrokoo to tell Baumia. Kwame in Kumasi says, Chairman General, please tell Atik to tell Kokrokoo to tell Baumia. He should be very careful in selecting who leads the campaign in Ashanti region. Because, I will say it, Wontumi and his people are liabilities. Yeah. Most people don't want to see their face. So, Atik, I've told you. Tell Kokrokoo to tell Baumia that Kwame. Richard and Dansuman, if you have a whole president who has refused, is unable, or cannot reshuffle his own cabinet, and it's been 7 years, then we really have a problem with Nanado.
We do.
Richard sends that.
We do.
Abdul Malik Kweku Bakum. Dr. Mahamadou Baumia, being a man of his own or forging his own vision going forward, does not mean that he will create or build a Chinese wall between him and his vision and the track record of the 2 MPP administrations, of which he was and still is the vice president. Pragmatism and realism would dictate a carefully crafted future of the past, present, and the future. Abdul Malik Kwekubakum. Okay, I said 3. Let me just do a few more. Okay, let's see. It was so refreshing to hear the showdown man candidate Japan say we are metamorphosing to showdown the NDC next year. Dr. Baumia will beat a retired ex-President Mahama, Master Planner Junior Kentampo. Dr. Mahamadou Baumia has a daunting task. To say it will be tough for him is an understatement. Let's remember former President Atamnos of blessed memory. He went into the elections after President Rawlings as his own man. Okay. And then this one says, okay. Moving on up. Well, say Obama, your post is too long, so go back and do editing. Why? Once a main kind, was some baby say, oh, how far? Say Obama, Pacho Korakwe, editing. Let's see if there are any others here. Okay. Tell Atik Mohammed not to be too excited about power changing hands. Baumia being the leader of the party doesn't make him head of government. Akwesi Champong, Maryland, USA. Says that one.
Even on government.
Okay. Right. Atik, wrap up and then Namin could take Kokrokoo for the member.
The shift in power, and I'm not talking about in respect of government. I buy the and another, I buy still. Na baby every day German as I dey no hwia ye no hwia nye nti ene dey ono be managing kakra na time so no coffee but ya make can say since he having control over the party no he can put in place structures I be one campaign party na ya omo campaign nya ban what you say na like I was talking about reconciliation no I saw ne Kennedy doing in kita ho na let them see the way forward because they know na ebe bua omo. But let nobody kid you into thinking, say 2024 is going to be easy. It's going to be. Look, if there's any battle the MPP has fought, this would be the toughest.
Well, National Organizer Nanabi said the same thing this morning.
Of course, I mean, if you are an objective observer, now person can cry, then you can begin to institute, measures. I bet me about. But we are breaking the disease. former President Mahama, they will beat him. Obua, because look, Chairman, all the odds are against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and like I said, the inherited sins of Nanado, what he has here, and the fact that Ura John Mahama has been in office or I mean, they accuse him of certain things later. Let me say worse happened and so on. It's not going to be easy, but like I said, the new flag bearer of the MPP has what it takes, and Obisu Etufo said the people around him. Me who say nkrofo bebre edwane ko share no ho in the hope of securing a future.
Success has many fathers.
Absolutely. Knowing him, he would be very circumspect, and I urge him to be. And you biana sebi or CSA or support you eso money DNM. There are some people, the mere sound of their voice cry is irritating to others.
This is one to me.
Chairman Obinekayem and Yamin America.
Now maybe some opinion.
Oh, was it a question?
Yes, I'm asking.
I thought it was a rhetorical question.
No, Obi also Kwame from Kumasi.
No.
And now can now bow Tiko. And you maybe some. Nanga.
Oh, okay. And yeah. Oh,
Obi say not only Wuntumi and his group, even Nanado should not be on Bawumia's campaign.
I agree.
Oh, agree? You agree that?
Chairman, Okokadi.
Okay.
Yeah, Chairman, you bizarre no question was you and Yadi Obeyanu is here. Uko campaign now. Ose.
What's it? Obizan question.
Osi Hana baby Sam question.
Question me.
So production make catch no. O mama feel no.
But I don't care about
Chairman, na campaign, masa yeah campaign na over me constituency na me bisa question.
Atik. When him say public speaking, agro.
I know.
Because it comes to some of us naturally, we think says sanity. For all you know, question of floor no.
But Chairman,
for all you know, question of floor no. Into then he should bring it. Also, baby bika. Share. No, I know beyond public speaking is you.
I agree.
For all you know, first of all, I'm sure he didn't expect the question.
Maybe yes.
Inti adene pim inti pim nefe ojina no see no come to say journalist you foolish boy and I say okay now how you can say we o dey chire obo ano nim your beka apim no
even if he's going to have a role, it should be a limited role. It should be a limited role. And again where the as a AI and but it's very critical. Okojina Humi to come to refresh and come and start the main campaign. He needs to also start thinking about who to partner him. Chairman, is as critical as anything else. A wrong choice, Beman Abre. But if he gets
who's the wrong choice?
Who's
the wrong choice? Some of the names are being bandied around. I'm sure
as for those names, it will shock you, Crass, and not even one of them. The Bebrebe now marker, not even one of them will make it. What has here?
Chairman Sabonsu.
Oh, Chairman. Also,
I'm telling you the names being bandied around.
Chairman, if you were in Dr. Bahume's shoes, would you consider such a name?
I'm not in his shoes.
So I said if it's conditional.
But I'm not.
So if you were
Eslosu.
Oh, Chairman. Between me no cry if you were to form an electoral college to help you make a choice.
Yawedu Education Minister.
Chairman, Vice President is a serious business.
Isaac Osei, former High Commissioner to UK.
Hey, he's still around.
Hey, and he's a strong advocate.
And you know what turn you know.
Oh no.
Chairman. And
Matthew Poku Prempe, Energy Minister.
That's a solid name. No, it is. And Chairman, when him say me
so far dia Martine Bini, Matthew Poku Prempe.
Okay.
Eslo Usu.
Yeah.
Chairman Sabonsu. Yawedu Chum.
Amongst names now the name that I think stands out amongst them Napo. But
why Napo?
Chairman, you see Oyobia from a distance, people think he's arrogant.
Is he?
He's not. And from a distance. But you see, Ghana, and if you are assertive, people tend to mistake that for arrogance. And a Chairman, Sebi, he's been around when MPP was in opposition. One of the few people are now was Matthew Poku Prempe in Parliament and outside of Parliament. each ministry ayedi amano he has excelled. German mi boy. What has here? And it's not like Yedinako ministry back. He's the only one I mean who said Nanado alternated. And in either ministry, no.
From education to energy.
Yes. In either ministry, no. Why are there? What has here? And you also need Obia or a party man. Above everything else, somebody that the party people find accessible. Because beyond Ghana for no, party for crying June tomorrow, it will be difficult for you to campaign with them.
So of the names I mentioned, your preference is Napo?
So far.
Okay, let's see
but
how
I
it
am
goes.
sure that there are other names. And I strongly believe say Ora Baumia would do that which is necessary, obey a proper consultation. No Nwankazemuno at the end of the day, obey Chusu Obia who would help his cause. He has deficits in some areas. He needs Obia who can help him to get the votes from those areas that he feels and he thinks yes, many
Ghanaians are very, very unhappy with Nanado, but it doesn't translate into votes for John Mahama. The best way to go is Bawumia being his own man and taking his own decisions and directions. The showdown has begun. Interesting times ahead. Now, Abdul Malik Kweku Bako says, why would a journalist ask a president a question about the economy when the president had gone to cast his vote at a party presidential primary? A sense of relevance and focus must count for something in the practice of journalism. Me thinks the president was right in declining the invitation to stray off the focus of the event and the day.
Chairman.
Now, another two names.
The president must be ready at every point. Chairman, Sebi.
Another
he has a right to me be question about economy.
Another two names. Henry Kwabna Kokofu.
Yeah.
And
also the other. No, me sure the
I wish this was television.
This was televised.
Okay. Atik.
Yes.
Henry Kwabna Kokofu. Kennedy Akompreko Ejepong.
Hey.
And Alan Chemating.
No, Alan, you won't count.
Oh, why are you quick to dismiss him?
Chairman, as who? The man says he wants to be president. He's leading a butterfly movement.
Okay.
And on the account. On count.
Okay.
And you offer Kennedy. Hey, two other good names. What is it? But for cry, I told you some boy cry for so.
What for speculation here? But you, Obina the guy said me must have three names to come.
A choice of Ken. Hey, Chairman. Kebe brutal showdown. Me can not down. Kebe brutal. Hey, Chairman, Kebe brutal showdown. And I don't know. He will have a difficulty.
Chairman General.
Yes. Because with some of these
ministers.
I'm patching me banya with many articles back and forth. I think I have one final showdown. Okay. I'm about to
because Ken is the type, Chairman, like it or not, he appeals to a segment of the Ghanaian population. Nkrofo who feel fatigued about the nature of politics and he would attract those. Until Obisano is also a strong force to reckon with. And you know he's somebody who always goes off script. What he has here. And he's not your predictable kind of politician. Our opposition made him at this point he's very unpredictable. And Sebi, where do you need him? Some of the Bikanisana Ibina Koye derogatory kakra. But some of in Yomana Mampina Ankasa, I mean Flagber and Ankasan Timinkano. Nabe de change your back is easy. What is it? Boot for boot Kasana. At this point, the flag bearer is limited. He's constrained in Nyoma Obetimiaka. Jobs na when he was vice president, Otimidima Ura Mahaman says, but if you have a running mate like that, also Obetimia Bobi Mani. And Obit said, anyway, it's going to be a tough call. But so far, or no, I can't say Ura Napo, Offer Subeka Hudia, hey, na critical. Offer Beka Hudia.
Why critical?
Na critical.
But
it's not going to be easy.
So, should he take advice from the Ashanti region? Obviously, Kokofu's face looked like he had gotten a heart attack. Say YouTube, say YouTube.
Yeah, and on Facebook, yeah.
No, but the look on your face was classic.
No, it was priceless.
It was like yes, into running me to Ashanti
strategically. It would be the wisest thing to do.
Ashanti region.
Yes. Strategically, it would be the wisest thing to do. Because first, that's the base. I mean, majority of your support comes from there. Secondly, I mean, as far as the North goes, the two main contenders in the 2024 elections, every baby bako. So you now have to look at places that war comparative advantage over.
So that's why you're looking at Ashanti region.
Exactly. So he can maximize the vote. Ashanti there, all he needs to do is to make sure there will be massive turnout. What is it? And Ombeto Abani and all of that.
And you share list from Ashanti. You think Napo is the best person from Ashanti?
If you ask me.
You think so?
Yes, that's my view.
Kennedy, you're not too sure.
Kennedy, is he from Ashanti?
No.
Central.
No, and I'm saying you're Ashanti and Meko Kennedy.
Yeah. Kennedy is a little. It would be a good ticket, but there are other dynamics. The first is, would he even accept? Secondly, what would be the term? I mean, the rules of engagement. But he would not be a bad choice. So, if you ask me, or no, Canada, Japan, Ura Napo, and offer Abeka with the minimum, how willing and ready offer is for it.
No offer was too shocked.
What has here? And these are names the vice president can go to bed with. Think over. At least 3 names are not usually very difficult to ponder about.
Well, speculation at this point.
And you see, Ebimusu, Chairman. Ebimusu sabotage, Ebimusu. Shadow boxing, of course, easy. But some of the names are can boy any day. I think those were just to excite the conversation. But really, to Roman Kazobizoma. They say, and with all, I mean, with all due respect to Ora Chairman, he's done his bit as a legislator. He's fantastic when it comes to making laws. But
definitely not a running mate for you.
Absolutely.
Obviously, Kwame Sefakai, you say Baumia and Kennedy Japan. You want a repeat of Rollins and Akai. You
like I said, there'll be the rules of engagement. How to set them and eventually Napo stands a good state.
Napo is in good state according to you. He's in good state
because Ken would have been a good addition to the ticket. But Ushe Ada Nyamana a bit me I drink a crap. But of course, he needs to play a significant role in Baumia's campaign. A significant role in Baumia's campaign. And the good thing is that he has from Onwa Nekaye, say he seems to have amongst ministers it appears Napo pen on any some rapprochement. What has here? And if Napo eventually, if he's selected, I'm not sure. But I mean, Napo would have a difficulty reaching out to Ken and bring him closer to the thick of affairs.
Peace 104.3, quite an interesting conversation. Mene Atik Mohammed and Henry Kwabena Kokofu and Ewaha Anope o Kokrokoo Jumedie no so na yetwa Jumedie no so no okay. You call animated the amount for Bemu.
Hey, Chairman.
ABC Uncle Fa Peter Meu, ABC Uncle Fan Cranny. Na why the focus on Ashanti? Why not Gan or Volta?
Chairman, that would be a terrible idea. Let me share my view.
OBC Unam Ashanti, think about also Joe Weiss. I see Joe Osewusu, first deputy speaker, is also a consideration for the Ashanti region. Okay. This one says, I disagree with Atik on his preference for Napo as a running mate. If you're looking for someone full of cheeky answers, it's Napo. Also, Kennedy will be a repeat of Rawlings versus Aka, so not. Johnson Mwakwata in Maryland, USA, so which of them? Which of them would you look at? This one say John Kuma today.
Oh, chairman.
Okay.
They almost bought all the MPs. They only have all the MPs in Ashanti.
I'm say if they have MPs in our Ashanti region, let's see. Hey, Atik. We had to be a man.
No say.
All hail Dr. Baumia, the choice of the people, the man of the moment. The Lord has spoken, the battle is still the Lord's. We're going to work very hard to shock the likes of Atik Mohammed. He can't choose our running mate for us. It is party business. It's Educhum.
It's Baumia's business.
It's Educhum, not a party man. Atik, you are not a think tank.
As a matter of fact,
no, if it's any part of boy, name. Oba Tampa Frances Irabna Isiam.
But as a matter of fact, it's not even a party business, it's Baumia's business.
Mm-hmm.
He decides who he wants to.
That's true. That's true. But he will choose in consultation, I'm sure. You know. Anyway.
Oh, Chama, no, you should understand where this is coming from.
Yeah.
Text, you know. Chama, when who lie? After the what you say.
May come for now.
No, what you say.
Auntie
Frances, and now no pay the
man, I best one
over the bar. I understand, like personally, there are issues, but
okay. Kokrokoo, then be na beka to.
General.
Yes.
When you take a din common, you know. That's okay. I sit down here because they are my party ma. Chidian Pond, say. Into finance there need party ma Ghana for nominate as to when him there na identity ye na tira ne say delegates momomoden na munkoyi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia emaye na adwuma na aka no ye be ye Atik wa ha okay ne adwuma ye na na be he will be by me. Yes, say
I think they are roping you in.
Yeah, near resolve with we will do. And you know the good thing about when you say you complacency nim. I said to be an actually with I said it. But it's out here I take accounting near the identity be brave nipa edwina just say okono be yede no ku bia anso yede ne a we hia ne ma mien sape. Hia onyame mu gidie. We hear one kasa wa kukuduro. Ana we hear ntachire papa. We have a DBI, you all these three new patriotic party has. In Kabomua, ye de ko sano, in Kabomua, emu ding, emu bedding. Ubia manakomentu. Se mopo tutugo gu epumumpa. Me come home na musro. We shall be. You are ready to do the battle. We are more than ready to do the battle. Economy, you better check. So I'm reading your man Makuhu Adibi. I shock me. Ukraine president.
Why them you?
Blame Israel and Gaza.
They forgotten about them, me boy.
It is baby. Now, who's in South West baby? I heard you must have what do you create? And I know Russia. One will say, oh, say Gaza, ne Hamas in Israel. They are which Rabreno. It is here.
I say, you're if you know.
It is here. Near Saint Tokwesi, Ukraine and Russia. Then they are which Rabre we are seeing and Ghana can be. Obi on Tiase. Sanity, the reality on the ground. Now, indeed, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, we have absolute confidence in him. Yenim say, obetimi ayenia, esefata beboa. Ye aka ni nyina support. Nukredi ebedi amano, ye be loyal to him. Na ye be mano afutu papa. Eni na tu anamo papa. Nya fe ni ye ba betwintwa na namu. Nya fe ni ye be tete ne nantini. And no near dia here free ho. E de na bury. Chama general dia ba ko ya e wo wiase. And he said come to ni bia be ye wo dan osoro da. Eh adwuma ma ho.
Debi.
Aha. Ya pe ka
Chama wo dan so da.
Ya
say ya be bodan so. Oh na Sunday.
Aha. And no sa no dia twede san dan no ho. no afro ekosoro no and he said we ya twede na just asema ba
let's just say ho
no say ho maka ho ade obasoma obesoro na abeyi ne na ase atwede opani bo be chirechiro no ane yempe no new patriotic party si enyina agi atum si ade Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na ekwa ya nye so section na komam na adwene mu omfiri ni pem ene ni nimdie mu na famoa dimedie no na nkunimdie mra nkunimdie no will not be for Dr. Bawumia, it will be for new patriotic party and be for the people of Ghana. Ye ka ni ade nyina yi akakuma bi na niema president Akufo-Addo digu akwam a nunti atiki ka se nipa bi buafu no ne niema bebre no akaka kria bi na ho beba mfaso na se ho ba mfaso na dachi no sabre ne bi akora okona ho mejiem afa ni ebeka se president Akufo-Addo se wa yade ye ni penti ye ni kan no ya mani twam ko ansa na ehunu se onia no na oye bibi nti ono so ogitum se ne ana nipa ankai na de mo friend posterity no posterity o ja
and pachobe can review ka sembi ma obi stre ya sunshine no se odoka 2000 I say next was am nasri but mama nka say okay so obi 2000 for your lunch or say odoka 2000 one man nasri 2 times or how anymore they responded to a running mate. I think Dr. Bawumia can break the 8 if the economy improves. He said he's his own man, meaning he's not an extension of Akufo-Addo, and he has his own plans. John Mahama had his chance and couldn't even do the 8 years, which all presidents did in the past. Eric Amponsa Boateng, tax expert, sends that one. The fact is that MPP can choose a running mate from the moon. JM and Jinana Opoku will beat them mercilessly. Musa Abattoir in Aswase. Hey, Kwabna Kukufu, when did you become a pastor? Today you are preaching some pine.
Sam Mayor, with Reverend, me no nazi.
Anyway, obviously you are sitting there and mentioning people's names, which we are mentioning your name as running mate. Kwabe Sefa Kaipa. I beg. Kokrokoo in Laboni says, how about Dr. Bernard Okoboy? That's a splendid one.
Yeah, that's another song.
Of course, you know that me, when it comes to Okoboy, I'm very biased.
Same
So,
but no, we are not yet. As said Dr. Bawumia, any the others, Emman and Titia Kakra. The future, I mean, is.
Oh, be so say share, Chairman General, you lie, you People's Choice, share politics. So, yeah, Jumadino. And yeah, better.
Chairman General, Obi me country na country atik. Say Obi dey no ga say country.
Say Obi dey also me country atik don country na country about me.
We say me country na country atik. Was it there's nothing like the sense of Nana Akufo-Addo. Nothing, which I agree with him.
I think about Kokofu say, me country say, Obi say. There's nothing like the sins of Akufo-Addo. It will be Janisa.
Edra Ebeka no.
Edruso.
Yebeka Nanado Nissis and Zano Wakufi.
Nanka Kuku Peso Kebika, but Yampon way swear to be on a high. Ninja way for now. Yabba, the console Badam spillage, the conversations will continue. Ola go for me, that's it. I think one love. And Pacho, you're going to host your friends say money. Pacho, chime, you're money. The time is 11 to 11. Well, that reminds me, this weekend is 11/11. Accra House of Oak 11/11. The end of the Second World War 11/11. Brigadier General GKT Sam born 11/11. This weekend will be interesting. Obiso Simi Fantuja so a 2-bedroom self-contained apartment. Onyana North Carnation, Domi Pillar 2, Tesano, New Achimota Parakou, Westlands, Gulf Hills. Osimamo for dollar ni agent biambe tete no. Ebiano no mo nenimre but osi up a 2-bedroom self-contained. Baby Mabubo North Carnation, Domi Pillar 2, Tesano, New Achimota Parakou, Westlands, Gulf Hills. Or sister will be a friend 054 910 1737. Remember that Banibium 054 910 1737. 37. 10 minutes to 11.